Good morning, guys. I'm looking at some controls for an oil furnace. I removed some of the old controls, like this one here had a transformer built into it. It didn't use because it's going off of a transformer for the oil furnace on the other side because they're twins. So what I'm doing is I'm replacing some of these old controls as contactor chatters, and we'll go into what they do here in a minute. I had to put a box cover on that box down there. Oop, sorry. I had to put a box cover on that box right there where I ran some new wiring for the blower I just replaced. But we'll get into that. I'll switch these out and I'll show you how they work. Alright guys, all these controls are just to sort of power up the fan and cooling mode. I just copied there. There's the fan and limit control for heating mode. When the heat exchanger heats up, it shuts the fan off. And then it has a limit too, that if it goes over a certain temperature, it'll put it out on limit. It'll cut off the burner here and run the fan. So what we have here is we have two low voltage wires coming into either side of the contactor. It's 24 volt coil on this contactor, and that's our G in common. Then we have 120 volt power leg coming into this contactor, passing through, powering up the coil here. This is a 120 volt coil on this double pole double throw relay. You can see it's protected down there at the bottom. So 120 volt coil there. We have power that passes from another 120 volt leg onto the fan motor to power up the fan in cooling mode. So this allows the fan to run in cooling mode even when there's no call from the fan and limit switch in the oil furnace. And that's all it is. But it probably can be simplified a little bit. I just replaced the components they had in place. It's been around for about 25 years now, so this should get them through the finish line there. We've put our box covers on down there so everything's protected. I was going to build a shroud for this, which I haven't yet, but I still might, to protect these controls, since it is 120 volts here right in the entryway. It's been that way for a long time, but still might dress it up a little bit more.